as James said, the U.S., it's primarily the regional accreditation, and that has to do with university, not with the business school. It's not business school specific. So the benefit to us of AACSB is it's specific to the business school. It's accreditation about being a business school. It sounds like that's the same for you. The groups that you mentioned didn't seem like they were specific to the business school. So that's how I would.
Actually, in our case, there used to be program accreditations only, but at the moment, presently, there is now such thing as institutional accreditation, and some schools really are appointed as or designated as institutionally accredited. So that is apart from the other benefit. For example, when a university is declared autonomous by our higher education officials, by the check, that is another thing. Because, for example, the Commission on Higher Education also considers in their evaluation of granting autonomy international accreditation. And for us, if we were internationally accredited, then that would be a benefit insofar as our Commission on Higher Education is concerned.
The first thing I would say is, who are the students that you seek to attract, and what is important to them? Because if they see no difference, then you might not be able to justify it. But most of us, and that's why my first slide talked about the competitive environment, most of us face the environment of trying to be a viable alternative to the students that we'd like to attract to our school. And so they're saying, well, I can go to this school that has this international recognition, or not. As international students, I forget who pointed out here, our faculty, if a student says, I would like to go to this non-U.S. school and bring credits back, first thing we ask are the AACSB. Because if they're not, we're not likely to accept it. But if they are, then we have no issue. And we have students who, when I taught in Beijing, I had Chinese and even Russian students who wanted to come to the States, and they would only talk about going to AACSB accredited schools. So that's the question you have to ask.
I like to add the fact that actually our school got nationally accredited in the process of AACSB accreditation. That national accreditation was designed for schools that cannot be eligible for international accreditation, but it was kind of a piece of cake for us to get accredited nationally because everything was there. All we had to do was to translate the report in English into Korean. But the standards are very similar in Korean case because Korean accreditation institute copied standards of AACSB. But the thing is, national accreditation and AACSB accreditation are not the same. Even if Sogang is a member of IAJBS, when we went out for globalization, many of our partner schools asked for accreditation. And in case of Korea, many organizations like to rank business schools. And they look at globalization as the first element. And in our school, more than half of exchange students are business majors. So without accreditation, it's hard to get sufficient globalization. So it really helps our school.
I have one more comment. Our accreditation is only for the university level or department program level. It's not like AACSB is for the business school. So, like Songbin has mentioned, for the university level, lots of schools have the accreditation from our country. So it's not going to make you a very unique one, especially that's for university level. So for all the colleges or schools. And some departments in our school have accreditation by some institutions, but according to my knowledge, there is no accreditation in Taiwan designed only for the college or faculty level. Yeah, so that's the case in Taiwan. Yes.
As thinking of our undergraduate programs, one of the core strengths, I think, of most Jesuit universities is the liberal arts component of our curriculum. So our business majors might take 60% of their courses in liberal arts, and that is for us a strength of our undergraduate program. When AACSB evaluates the quality of an undergraduate program and evaluates faculty qualifications and so forth, how do you evaluate this? I understand, or I'm assuming that we're evaluating only the teachers of the business courses. I wonder how you evaluate the strength of a program when, I think, for almost all Jesuit schools, our liberal arts background is a key component of what makes us different and we think better than ordinary business programs offered by other universities.
That's where the assurance of learning process is now coming to goals. And I think every school I've seen says communication skills. And strong liberal arts foundation provides that basis. So if you've got an effective assurance of learning process that's evaluating communication skills of your students, then that is one of the places. I know at our school, when we got into that, we worked with the English department, number one, to coordinate that we use the same rubrics, because we found that what the English department was defining as effective written communication was not with the business faculty. So we worked together to communicate, and that right there is one of the benefits, because we found that the arts and science faculty became more agreeable to work with us when we came in and explained what it is we're trying to accomplish. But the process does not really allow you to evaluate the credentials and what's going on in the arts college as part of the business school.
So I mean, I'm right in my assumption. The AQ, PQ, and so forth, this is for the business faculty.
Business programs, yes.
Despite the fact that our undergraduates actually take more courses outside of the business school than inside.